Let's lay down in Shavasana. Let's relax a little bit. Laying on the back, extending the legs in front of us, toes will open to the sides, hands by the sides of the body with the palms facing up. Let's take a moment here to focus on the breath. And by the way, please do let me know if you also hear noises from my side. I also have the window open because it's hot today. So if it gets noisy, let me know and I will close it. And let's take natural diaphragmatic breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And relieve any worries or concerns, anything that's keeping our mind busy outside of the room, outside of the building, as we make space for our yoga practice. Let's bring the feet together, raise the arms above the head, interlace the fingers, give yourselves a nice stretch. Exhale, release, bend the knees, roll to the right side on your mat, and slowly come up to meet me in a seated position. Legs are crossed, spine straight, hands on the knees or Mudra. Keep the eyes closed. And let's take a moment to breathe here. Hey Lemur. Still natural breaths, no need to control the flow of the breath. And we're taking a moment to simply observe what is. With the inhale, allow the belly to expand, becoming soft. And with the exhale, the navel falls gently towards the spine. Let's deepen the breath. Full yogic breaths into the stomach, lungs, throat, hey John, and exhale, stomach, lungs, and throat. Continue breathing deeply, making the most of your lung capacity, but also making sure that you are comfortable, that you don't feel like the breath is constrained or that you are choking. Elongating the breath mindfully. Hi Charlie, good to see you here. If you are comfortable with Ujjayi breath, closing the back of the throat gently, you can activate it now. Otherwise, full yogic breaths is enough. we will take a couple of rounds of Anulom Vilom today, or alternate nostril breathing. I'm not sure if we've ever done this one together before. We're going to take our right hand in Vishnu Mudra. So for Vishnu Mudra, you're going to bend in the index and middle finger like this. Yes, your right hand. This. With the thumb, we cover the right nostril. Yes, and it's going to be this movement, covering the right nostril, inhaling through the left nostril, closing both, holding, exhaling through the right, and then right inhale, close, and exhale. I will guide you through it, don't worry, but basically this type of movement. Yeah, we'll do a couple of rounds together. So cover the right nostril with the thumb and exhale all the air that you have right now through the left nostril. And let's inhale through the left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close both nostrils. We will do equal intervals. Open the right and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale through the right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close both nostrils. Exhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close both. Exhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Close. Exhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, and release. Breathe naturally again. This is a very good breathing technique to calm the mind. Usually we hold the breath a little longer than we inhale or exhale, but we will build on that as we go. In the beginning, it's okay to keep the same intervals. So now raise the arms above your head. Interlace the fingers, you know the drill, turn the palms up, push the ceiling away, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and release. Interlace the hands in front of your body, turn the palms out, push away, curl the back, separate the shoulder blades. I can't talk today. Release, sitting upright, open the heart, interlace the hands behind the body, straighten the elbows, lift as much as we can, keep the chest open. And remember, it's not about how high the arms go, it's about finding your stretch. Don't forget to breathe. And release. Let's place your left shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Right foot on top of the left knee. And see if you can lower the right knee to the left ankle. If this is not possible, it's okay. If you have, I don't know, cushions, thick books, things around in your home, you can also place them between the knee and the ankle to cover that gap. So find what works for you and inhale here as you continue to press down through the right knee. You may feel it in the hips. If this is enough for you, you stay here sitting upright. If you feel like you can fold forward, then you can do that. You can bring the hands in front of you and fold forward. Try to keep the chest open as much as you can and try to avoid curling the back. Keep the chest open. Find the stretch that works for you right there in the hips and breathe. Deep belly breath. It doesn't matter how deep we go, we feel the stretch in our body. Walking the hands back if you're folding forward. Let's change the sides. So release the legs, bring the right leg down, shin parallel to the edge of the mat, left ankle on the right knee, left knee on the right ankle. If possible, you may feel that one side is different than the other, and that's okay. If you need to add props on one side and not the other, that is fine. Sitting upright, find your stretch. If you are folding forward, then fold forward now. And breathe. Walk the hands back, rolling out of the pose. Let's cross the legs in a simple, easy pose, Sukhasana. Simple cross-legged position, bring both arms up. Inhale, and as we exhale, let's bring the right hand behind the body, left hand on the right knee. Inhale again, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist to look behind you. Try to keep the chest open and the spine straight. Crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling as we twist. Lifting the arms up, come back to center. Inhaling, elongating. Exhaling, left hand behind you, right hand on the left knee. Inhale again, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist to look behind you. Inhale, arms up, coming back to center. And release. Let's take all fours for cat and cow. The knees are right underneath the hips, hands right underneath the shoulders, with the fingers spread wide apart. Frog hands. Press on the hands. Find a neutral spine. And on your next inhale, let's begin projecting the chest forward, gently arching the back, look up. Cow. Exhale, curl the back, lift the navel towards the spine. Cat. Inhale, slow mindful movements, finding length. Exhale, use the shoulder blades too. As we lift the navel, the shoulder blades separate. Inhale as we arch the back, the shoulder blades squeeze towards the spine. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to center. See if you have space in front of you on the mat. If you don't, maybe walk back a little bit and adjust yourself again so the hips are still right above the knees. Keep them there and walk the hands forward into melting heart puppy pose. Lower the head towards the mat. Keep the arms very active here. So even if the head touches the mat, don't drop all your body weight onto the head. Keep the head light, like a feather. If it's touching the mat, then keep it just barely touching the mat. And keep the arms working so that you feel it in your shoulders. If you feel like your chest is open enough and your shoulders as well, you can try and see if you can lower all the way down onto your chin. If that's too much, stay on your forehead. If you find that you're trying to lower on your chin, but in order to do that you need to walk forward with the hands and your hips are not above the knees anymore, that's a little bit too much for you, so you should come back. Slowly coming up slightly, walk the hands all the way towards yourself and sit down on the heels. Take a moment in child pose, balasana, lowering again the forehead to the mat. And look at your hands. Curl the toes. On your inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. See if you can sink the chest between the shoulders. And maybe begin to bend the knees alternately, one knee at a time. Maybe shift the hips from side to side and see what feels good to begin to wake up the body. And stop at center, look at your hands and walk towards them. And once we are at the top of the mat, slowly roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. For the sun salutation, bring the feet together or with the toes touching and the outer edges of the feet parallel, or feet under the hips, whichever feels best for your balance. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Tuck the tailbone in, bring the rib cage in, and take a moment to connect with the breath here first. On your next inhale, arms up and arch slightly. Exhale, fold forward, keep the spine straight as long as we can. Hands next to the feet. Right foot back, knee on the mat. Look in front of you, smile. Step back plank. Knees, chest and forehead or chin down. Elbows close to the body all along. Slide forward, open the heart, cobra. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Sink the heart between the shoulders. Right foot forward between the hands. Left knee on the mat, look in front of you. Left foot forward. Fold here. All the way up. And prayer. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left. Exhale, right, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Hold, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, up. Exhale, prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Hold, plank. Exhale. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale, right for here. Inhale, up. Exhale, prayer. And take a moment to catch your breath if necessary. Deep breaths through the nose. Let's transition into our sequence for today. Inhale, arms up and arch. Exhale, forward. Inhale, right foot back. And let's lift our arms up here into Anjaneyasana. Sink the hips forward. Open the heart and reach up through the hands. It doesn't have to be a deep back bend. That's okay. Focus on sinking from the hips and lifting from the rib cage. Bringing the right hand on the mat next to the left foot. Twist to the left from the hip, from the waist. Keep sinking the hips forward. Look up at the left hand if possible. Maybe curl the right toes and maybe lift the back knee. Keep twisting, keep smiling. Bring the left hand down on the mat and step back plank. Knees, chest and chin or forehead down. Stay here for a moment. Inhale, open the heart, drop the shoulders back, cobra. Curl the toes, downward facing dog, lift the hips up. Inhale the right foot forward, step between the hands. Drop the left knee on the mat. Point the left toes. Anjaneyasana, sink the hips forward. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Again, mindful of the hips, keep sinking. Mindful of the rib cage, keep lifting. Bring the left hand down on the mat next to that right foot. Twisting to the right. Lift the right arm up. Breathe. Keep sinking the hips forward. It's very easy to kind of take a step back here. Keep sinking. Maybe curl the left toes and lift the left knee. Keep twisting. Right hand down on the mat. Step back plank. Knees, chest, forehead or chin down. Inhale, cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the right foot between the hands. Open the left toes to the side. Let's start by bringing the right elbow on the right thigh and the left arm overhead. And find some comfort here. Lower the hips. So if you find that your hips are very high, maybe lower them a little bit more, yes. The front knee right above the front ankle. And we're opening the heart towards the ceiling. Either stay here, or if you're feeling strong, lift the right arm as well. Breathe. Good. Nice. One more breath. Both hands on the mat. Step back plank. You all did beautiful. Knees, chest, and forehead or chin down. Inhale, cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the left foot between the hands. Open the right toes to the side. Same thing. Left elbow on the left thigh. Open the heart. Lower the hips. Right arm above your head. Extending forward. Keep the back leg strong as well. And if you want a challenge, extend the left arm. Both hands on the mat. Step back, plank. Knees, chest, forehead or chin down. Inhale, cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here. If you need to take a child pose, you can do that anytime. Otherwise, stay in downward facing dog. On the next inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Left foot takes one step forward and come up. Alignment, heel to heel. So the heel of the front foot is on an imaginary line that goes to the heel of the back foot. And the back toes are diagonally open forward. Square the hips to the front of your mat. And you have a couple options for your hands. You can keep your hands in fists and touch each other behind your back, or grab the elbows. Or if it's accessible to you, you can take reversed prayer. But if you're taking reverse prayer, make sure the palms of your hands are completely touching. So inhale here, elongate your spine. And as we exhale, we fold forward onto that right leg. Right hip pulls back. So the hips are not opening to the sides. Hips continue to be square. Right hip pulls back. Crown of the head pulls forward. Keep the chest open. And how deep you go, it's going to look different for everybody. Focus on feeling your stretch. And breathe. Continue to create tension by pulling back through the right hip, pulling forward through the crown of the head, and keep the chest open. Keep the shoulder heads away from the ears. Keep the collarbone wide. And look at your foot. Bring both hands down on the mat next to the right foot and step back into your plank. Let's stay here for a couple breaths. Push the mat, lift from the core, lift from the backs of the knees, push through the heels. Knees, chest, with control, chin or forehead down, lower slowly. Inhale, cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the left foot between the hands. Right foot one step forward. Roll all the way up for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Heel to heel. Hands behind the back, either fist, touch, or reverse prayer. Whichever you did before, take the same variation. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, folding forward onto the left leg now. Pull back through the left hip. Keep the chest open. Keep elongating forward through the crown of the head. It's not so much about bringing the forehead to touch the knee. It's about becoming long and finding length in the back of the leg, in the back of the body in general. Check with the shoulders, keep them away from the ears. Lower the hands on the mat and step back into your plank. Let's stay here again for a couple of breaths. Push the mat away, collarbone wide. Lifting from the core, breathe. Lower the knees on the mat. Come to sit all the way down on the heels. Lower the forehead onto the mat. Child pose, Balasana. Slowly walk the hands towards yourself. And we will come to sit on the mat and separate our legs, open to the sides, Upavista, Konasana, or wide leg forward fold. We will take a forward fold first, and then we will take a side body stretch. So make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones. If you need to remove personal cushions to the side, do that, no shame. Flex the feet, the toes are pointing up. And make sure that you can open your heart as you're sitting here. If you notice that the lower back rounds and that you're kind of closing up, you can sit, again, I don't think everybody has a yoga block, but on a thick book or a folded blanket or a cushion, you can elevate your hips. Inhale, open the heart, wherever you are. And exhale, keeping the heart open, the legs engaged, pushing through the heels. Let's fold forward. Yes, keep the heart open. It's very easy to close here. Yes, keep pushing through the heels. And we go as deep as we can. Breathe. This works just like a Parsvottanasana that we just saw. It's about building length. So you can look in front of you, far, far away, and imagine that you want to become long, long. To touch the wall in front of you if there's a wall or something more interesting. breathe. And relax the jaw and smile a little bit. There we go. With the hands on the floor, we will gently walk them back up. Sorry about that. And we'll take our left hand and place it on our right hip. Left hand, right hip. Right arm up. We inhale and elongate. And we will fold sideways onto that left leg as much as we can. You stay where you find your stretch. So if it's here, it's here. If it's deeper, it's deeper. It depends on the person. Keep the arm actively pulling. If you can go down all the way, you can catch your foot. With control coming up.
It's really about to be falling.
No worries. And release. Right hand on the left hip. Left arm up. Inhale, elongate here. Exhale, folding onto the right leg. Keep breathing, keep the left arm pulling, active.
How many paper plates do we need?
Inhale with control, coming back up. We're gonna gently bring the knees in to our chest, mindful of your hips. You may feel it now. And hug the knees in front of the heart. Maybe drop the forehead onto the knees. If your forehead is on the knees, lift the head. Let's place the hands underneath the thighs, between the thighs and the calves. And let's lift the shins parallel to the floor. Keep the heart open, keep the spine straight. Navasana, both pose. I'm seeing you, Olga. Are you complaining? No. Shins parallel to the floor. Make sure the heart is open so we're not rolling. Yes. You can release the hands if you feel stable here and keep the arms also parallel to the floor. Keep pulling up from the heart. And maybe if this is too easy, extend the legs and keep the heart open. Cross the feet. Bring the hands next to your hips on the mat. The feet can touch the mat. Lift your hips off the mat. And sit again. Navasana. We'll do it again. Cross the feet. Hands next to your feet. Lift the hips off the mat. The feet can touch. Sit again. Navasana. And slowly, slowly, we will lower all the way down. Slowly, slowly, with control. And lay down the mat. Bend the knees and bring the feet underneath the knees, keeping them hip width apart. Hands on the mat, palms facing down. by the sides of your body. We will lift into a bridge. Pushing down through the hands, through the feet. Lift the hips, the middle back, lower back. Lift the back of the mat. You can keep the hands on the mat or interlace the fingers underneath your body. Roll the shoulders underneath and use the resistance of the mat to lift the hips higher. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly and with control coming down. Release the hands. And bring the knees in, falling towards each other. Let's take a couple breaths here. And you have the option to repeat a bridge pose or take a wheel pose, Chakrasana. So get ready for your variation. If it's bridge, we do the same thing, hands by the sides of the body with the palms facing down. If we are taking wheel, hands next to the ears with the fingers pointing towards the shoulders. And whenever you are ready, lift up into your pose of choice. Whether you are in wheel or in bridge, don't forget to breathe. If you are in wheel, bring the chin to your chest and slowly come down. If you are in bridge, gently come down as well and hug the knees to your chest. Releasing the knees, extend the arms shoulder height to the sides. Bring the feet on the mat. Lift the hips off the mat and gently shift them to the right. Once again, bring the knees to chest and drop the knees to the left. You can look up at the ceiling, or if it doesn't bother your neck, look at your right hand. Try and keep both shoulders on the mat and breathe here. Bring the knees back up into your chest. Place the feet on the mat. Lift the hips. Shift them to the left now. Knees to chest. And drop the knees to the right. You can either look up at the ceiling or look at your left hand. Both shoulders on the mat. Lift the knees to your chest again. Feet on the mat. Bring your hips back to a neutral position. And if you have any tensions left anywhere in the body, You may give yourself an extra stretch. Otherwise, feel free to lay down in your Shavasana and make any necessary adjustments that you need. If there are things around you interfering with your position, push them away. Make sure your shoulders are not hunched up to your ears. Bring them down. You can also roll your head from one side to the other side and back to center. And to relax your facial muscles, you may want to make what my teacher would call a lemony face. So concentrating all your facial muscles towards the center of your face. Imagine you ate something very, very sour. Lemony face. And then release, open the mouth, open the eyes. Extend all the muscles in your face. And relax. Begin to allow the body to fall into a deep, deep state of relaxation. Letting go of any tensions, letting go of any need to be in control, and letting go of the narrative of the mind. So if any thoughts begin to creep up, and if you find yourself getting engaged in that conversation, take a step back and let them flow and go just as they came. As you continue to focus on the breath. And slowly begin to bring awareness back inside your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring the feet together. Raise the arms above your head. Interlace your fingers and give yourself a nice good morning stretch. Exhale, release. Bend the knees. Roll to the right side on your mat. And slowly, whenever you are ready, using the hands, prop yourself up. Come meet me in a seated position. Legs are crossed, spine straight, hands on your knees, or Chin Mudra, whichever you prefer. Let's take a moment to breathe here. We'll chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Slowly open your eyes, bring the hands to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me and for practicing with me. I hope that you had a nice time.
If you enjoyed this class, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so we can continue practicing together. Thank you.